Here we go. You didn't come, so you're getting a video.
Right now we are in the rec center part of the gymnasium, as most people refer to it as. You can see they started painting the ceiling and the walls. So actually as of May 1, we will not be able to be in here because they're going to start laying the floor. So it's making pretty good progress. So you guys will be one of the last-ish people to get to see this before we have to block it off. But the layout for the gymnasium part will be 3 basketball courts. They're multi-purpose courts, but I refer to them as basketball courts. So there'll be 3, one this way, one in the middle going that way, and then one at the very end also going that way. Integrated into the 2 far courts will be a competition-sized court. They're all the same size, but that one will have like the Cardinal logo, and that's actually where the Andrews Cardinals will play their games. We'll have bleachers that will come out from the wall, so we'll have appropriate seating, and that's going to be there in the middle. There was an orange mark on the ground. You can't really see it anymore, but there will be a like a canopy that will go from ceiling all the way down, so we can separate this one court from the competition court and the 2 other courts. So if, for instance, they want to do volleyball here and basketball over there, we can actually put a curtain down that will separate the courts, okay? So that will be here as well. Over there you'll see some like room areas. They're working in there on the ceiling and stuff right now, but over there we will have a guest and a home locker room, okay? Also over there will be the admin offices for Rob Geddes, who's going to be our new director of athletics. So his office will be in there, as well as some of the trainers' offices and things like that. There's 3 offices in that back space. So I take you over there, but we can't go in there right now because they're working on the overhead. So in the back is all storage, again, because it's not confirmed, but very likely that graduation and other programs will be in here. That'll be a big storage place where we can store a stage, chairs, everything that we'll need in order to turn this space from a rec center gymnasium into like a student life event center. So this space will actually be, for lack of a better word, managed or operated by student life. Okay, so that side, you see the doorway over there, everything over there will be housed and managed by University Wellness, and I will be the manager specifically of that piece, that part of the operation. And this here will have its own operation under student life, where they will basically be in charge of all the programming, all the events, and everything to happen here. Does that kind of make sense? Mm-hmm. So there will actually be 2 operational budgets in this center. There'll be this one, then there'll be ours on the other side. So pretty self-explanatory. Do you guys have any questions about this space? One other thing too, you can see the 3 windows that are up there. That's very intentional, actually. We wanted a way to connect this space to the actual, what we're referring to as the wellness club. That was very intentional because we didn't want to block and separate what's going on there and then student life. It was very intentional as a way to connect this part of the building to that part. They won't open or anything, but it's just that visual connection between the 2 spaces. Mm-hmm. So. Do you have a question?
Restroom here?
There's no restrooms in this part other than the locker rooms. But like for people that are in here, if you need to use restrooms, we'll walk right by them. There's restrooms just outside. Right? So there's the bathrooms obviously in the locker room. I mean, if there's an event, they might open them. I would think it would kind of be handy to have. But I don't know. Again, that's where that's a student life decision, because they're going to be the ones in charge of what happens in here. So like with graduation stuff, we'll have the lobby restrooms, obviously, but I don't know, they might open those also just for more access. That's a great question.
Yeah, because
well, and there's actually regulations
to how many people. Restroom.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, our lobbies, I can't remember how many toilets are in there, but I would think they'd have to open up. Because I know, like, our locker rooms in there, which we'll go through all that, during graduation and stuff, we're not even going to be open, and no one will be able to access anything in that part when we're not open. So if they're going to do that, the rest will either have to be the locker rooms in here or the lobby.
The lobby.
So, but great question. I don't have an answer for you right now on that. So, a lot of the construction stuff, I don't know. I let them handle that. One thing that's pretty neat about our gymnasium compared to a lot is most gymnasiums actually have windows in them for obvious reasons. These are can't remember what Paul refers to them, but basically you can take a sledgehammer, please don't try it, and hit it as hard as you want using on the wood. So they're extremely durable and they're built for facilities that do have windows in their gymnasium, but most of them don't. So that's something that's just very nice. Yeah, just because then you get that natural lighting, you can work right, it's not stunning into like most gymnasium stuff. These are natural lights that we use here. These are temporary lighting. It will be full lighting. We're going to have sound panels. So this is not finished. They're painting it, but there'll be actual like LED lighting in here. And like I said, there's going to be like not like the Howard, but kind of like the Howard with the sound panels to like dampen the sound. So those will also be hung in here. So this is still under construction, obviously. Watch your step as we come up here. So right here is the lobby restroom. These are the public restrooms that's open to anybody who just come into the building, okay? So men and women. Here will be a drinking fountain. And here will be our wellness cafe. This will be managed and operated by Bon Appetit. So they'll be in charge of all the food, which is the cafeteria. So they'll be in charge of all the food. It'll mostly be like grab and go items like wraps and parfaits and smoothies and all, obviously all healthy things. It won't be like the gazebo. It'll all be like healthy grab and go lunch food items. So again, this will be open to anybody who just comes into the building. Okay, you don't have to have a membership to use this. You don't have to have a membership to be in the lobby. We'll get into membership and everything else here in just a minute. But this is part of the lobby student center space, which that then is this. Make sure Ron doesn't run us over. So right now you guys are standing in the lobby area. And this was, again, designed to basically be a second student center. We only have the one student center now over underneath the cafeteria. So this was designed, and all of our seating, if you step over here, you can kind of see there's a bench there along the thing. All of the design, the interior design has been developed to basically turn this into a place for students to come, hang out, eat food if they want to eat food, go to the restroom, if they want to go work out, if they want to go to the spa, if they want to go to the pool. It's just kind of an all-around place where students could come and hang out and do almost anything they would want to do while they're here. And there's showers and bathrooms and all that stuff. So this is the lobby area. The best way to explain the design of this building will be like an airport. So you go to like a nice airport like Chicago where they have like their standing desks with the plug-ins. That's how they've designed this to basically reflect. So it'll be a very active like student center workstation area. So, cool?
Cool.
Step a few more. Well, let's come up over here. So, like I was explaining, so this is all open to anybody. Right here, so the end of this wall, all the way to that wall, kind of along this line, this will be all glass. This will be a big glass top to bottom, and this is where, in order to enter this part of the facility, you would have to have a membership, okay? This bottom part here is the functional fitness part of the center. Functional fitness meaning like your free weights, your dumbbells, your barbells, your squat racks, basically what you would imagine when you think of a fitness center. That will be the downstairs portion, okay? Again, this will all be blocked off, but let me back up. With the intent, again, everything's windows, so it's still all very connected from a visual standpoint, okay? So, and that was very intentional to connect this space to that space. So even though you might be working out, this person doesn't have a membership, you're still connected. We're still trying to connect all those pieces of holistic wellness to this building. Okay? Then we'll go upstairs and I'll tell you what's upstairs here in a minute. If you want to step this direction, I'll point out that back room. That's going to be one of our group fitness rooms. That's our small group fitness room. We can have about 30 people in that room. And what group fitness is we will be offering different classes like spin class, Pilates, TRX system, bar, different classes like that, free of charge if you're a member. So you'll be able to access those classes. Some of them might be like TRX, we might charge just because that takes a special certified instructor to teach it. So we'll have to pay them. So that might be a fee-based class. But the other classes are going to be free to all of our members. So that's going to be in that corner area, okay? Through that part where you see the exit, that actually exits out to our back courtyard area. And I'm just showing you that now. When we get upstairs, I'll explain the courtyard a little bit better because you can actually see it. But just so you guys can see, that would be how you exit out. Those in a minute, but let's go upstairs and I'll show you guys around upstairs again. Please watch your steps, you don't trip on anything. So since we were just talking about the courtyard, I'll explain that since we're here, you guys can get a little better idea of it. Believe it or not, this will look gorgeous when it's done, even with all the machinery and stuff. But basically, imagine with me the end of that part of the building and the end of this part of the building. There will be a rather tall aluminum fence that will span from one corner to the other. So this entire area will not be able to be accessed other than coming through the lobby, through the center, into the back courtyard. Again, with the intent to keep people out of it, obviously. Oh, I'm out of breath. That's horrible. But basically, this space is being designed by our agriculture department to be very inclusive as far as the type of trees and plants and shrubberies and even the textures and things that'll be on the ground, whether it's stones, wood chips, rubber, even like little water paths and gardens. Like, I am by no means a agriculture person, but what I've been explained to is this is going to be very garden-esque, Garden of Eden-esque, like very beautiful, and that's the intent of back here. So again, the whole vision of the center is holistic wellness. It's not just a fitness center, it's not just a pool, it's not just a basketball court, it's about your holistic wellness and well-being. A big part of that is your connection with the outdoors and your wellness and your respiratory and your touch to the earth and things like that. So hopefully that gives you a little idea of what's going to be out there. Even I don't know exactly what's going to look like yet because I have no say in what they're doing. That's all agriculture's thing. But hopefully at least gives you an idea of what the back courtyard area will look like. Okay? So right now, actually all of you guys are standing on the indoor track. So we will have an indoor track that will go all the way around the upstairs. You can see the bridge, go all the way around, and we'll actually walk more so you can kind of get an idea of what it'll look like. The track will be 1/11 of a mile. Originally designed, it was going to be 1/10. Due to budget cuts, we had to shrink the building a little bit, which made the track now 1/11 of a mile. So 11 laps around will be 1 mile, okay? Let's walk this way. We'll come back around. So we're gonna walk, we're walking on the track. Obviously here's our elevator, so it's handicap accessible to come up and down the stairs. We're gonna cut through this way. So the track will go all the way down here, okay? Just get an idea. We're gonna cut through this area. So in this whole space, right here, so from hand railing, basically up to that wall, this is all going to be our cardio equipment. Treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, recumbent bikes, stair steppers, anything cardio-wise. We have approximately 65 cardio machines that will be in this entire space. So there's a lot of area here, right? So this will be just full of cardio equipment, okay?
Meaning that how many will that hold? The capacity for them?
About 65 pieces of cardio equipment. So treadmills will be, and like right here on the front, and then bikes and things like that. So 65. Was that your question? Pieces?
No, more than just how many people will be able to.
We have figured our capacity, like our membership capacity, not including the pool, is 3,400 people. We can have 3,400 members before we meet. Yep. And there's actually a formula on how we figured that out. So, and it's taking into account all the equipment, all the space, the square footage, all of those things. So I know 65 doesn't sound like a lot, but not everybody comes and runs a treadmill. And again, we have the track, and that's going to be a huge, a lot of gyms don't have an indoor track. And a lot of people would prefer to walk or run a track than get on a treadmill or do anything else anyways. So 65 may not sound like a lot, but once you get it in here, it's going to be more, in my opinion, it's going to be more than enough equipment for who our customers are going to be, our members are going to be. The first year, maybe you might have to fight with somebody because of the newness of everything. But it's like any gym after the new year. You're always fighting for an equipment because it's new. Everyone's motivated. So the first year it might be a little packed, but I think after time the newness is going to wear off and it will be more than sufficient to meet the needs of our members. So this I call this the fishbowl. This will be entirely glassed in. That is our fitness professional office. So like our personal trainers will have an office in there so they can keep an eye on people that are working out. If you have a question about how to use the machine, or if you have a question on what it's doing or what it's working out, they'll be in there, during their staffed hours. Yep, free. Well, personal training is not free. Questions for them will be free. So if you just had a quick question, that's fine. But if you actually want personal training, we will offer that, but that will be a fee-based service. So we will offer personal training. But that's going to be their office space, okay? We'll walk down over here, through here. So these are bathrooms and drinking fountains right here. So you don't have to go downstairs to use the restroom. If you're up here doing your thing, restrooms will be right here. They are just individual. So you might have to wait a minute if someone else is using it.
And the only way up here is those stairs?
The only way up is the elevators or the stairs. Okay. Yep. So it's a one way up and down. I mean, unless you really want to jump over the railing. Don't do it when I'm here. So we saw where the track went down. The track will curve. It will come along this wall, and then it'll curve this way and head back down that direction. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what the track will look like. So in here, we have our large group fitness classroom. So like I explained what we have downstairs, the small one, this is our large group fitness room. This one we can have approximately 60 people taking a group fitness class. And then you just walk by, this will be our storage area. This will be primarily where we're going to offer our spinning or our cycling class, because we can actually store the bikes in there. It's open, it's beautiful. We're going to have a little mini stage for the instructor to get on their bike and do their workout here. So this kind of gives you, this is my favorite part of the building, actually. It's beautiful over here. And one thing that's really cool, and I like to share with everybody, the connection, again, you know how I've been kind of talking about like the intent and the connection between the spaces. You stand in this part of the room, you can see PMC, you can see the seminary, you can see the Howard Performing Arts, and you can see the School of Business.
If we cut the
All the most important buildings on campus.
if we cut the trees down, we could really see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I can see it. Maybe not in the spring and summer when they're bushed out. But that was, again, very intentional. They designed this building to be able to be connected to some of the pinnacle buildings on campus. So again, the intent, the designers of this really intended all of that. And then of course it's very easy to see once you come on campus. So again, a big part of our membership will be open to community, community involvement and outreach. So again, that's a big facet of what we're aiming to accomplish. So people will be able to see it very easily. So, any questions up here? No? Good. Yes. Yes. Don't worry about it. Everyone's gone now. You're the only one that doesn't
The intruder without a jacket and a hat.
He signed a waiver if anything falls on him.
That's right.
Not liable.
Like the hats would really help us if something fell on us.
If the building collapses, at least they'll be able to see you as you're dying. All right, so the next part, these are really cool parts too. You see the little cutout areas, or what we're calling nooks, right there where he is standing. So again, remember the track is coming down this direction. So let's say you're running and you need to take a quick break instead of stopping in the middle of the track. We have these nook areas that you can just step off, and we'll have like little stretching mats. We're gonna have a little place where you can sit down. So if you just need to take a quick break or stretch, grab a drink of water, whatever you need, you can do that in this area or at the other end and kind of get out of the way of the track, so to speak. So they're just called little nook areas, for lack of better words. So little nook, little stretching nook, little relaxing nook, before you want to keep going on the track or go back to your machine. Again, if you did have to wait for a machine, that'd be a good place to just kind of hang out for a minute until someone's done with their 15-minute, It's 1/11 of a mile. Originally it was 110. Budget shrunk the building a little bit this way, budget cuts, so it's a 1/11. Actually, we should go. Oh, we'll walk around. So this area, I told you all that side was the cardio equipment all over there. So this whole spot here is going to be our, well, downstairs functional fitness, so your free weights. Up here is going to be the weight machines. So like your chest press machine, you know, where you have like the pin and it's on like a pulley system. That's going to be all this equipment. So we'll have a leg press, a leg curl machine. Anything that's on a pulley system will be in this area. That's like weight-wise, okay? Make sense? Good? Cool. Did you guys get to sign your name? I should have brought a pen. We had our 4 signers on the side. All right, I have a marker. I'd let you sign.
Someone is a marker?
We had 3 places, so this is one of 3 places people could sign.
My name is.
It's going to be covered. It's not going to be there forever. So we're going to go downstairs now. Do you guys have any questions about upstairs or anything up here? No? Good? One thing I've had a lot of people ask, and I'll just say it, all of the spaces have the appropriate flooring for what they're intended, okay? So the track is not going to be wood or carpet. It's called Mondo. So it's what actual running tracks are made out of. It absorbs some of the pressure. It's good for your joints. So the track will actually be made out of that. The same is going to be said for down in the functional fitness. Up here will be carpet because it's easier to clean. It's more hygienic than anything else, and you don't have any slipping problems. So every space in here, and that's what the signing made me think of it, it's all going to be appropriate flooring for whatever the intent is. So keep that in mind, because I've had a few people ask me that.
Will there be Wi-Fi in here?
Yes, there'll be Wi-Fi. Yeah, so that's a good question. There will be no screens at all in the facility for TV or, you know, how some treadmills have like a screen where you can watch it. We are not supplying any of those. You can obviously bring your cell phone, your iPad, you know, any device you want and connect to Wi-Fi. But 2 reasons. One, the main reason is budget. It was a lot cheaper to order equipment without screens. 2, half the time you buy those, and after 6 months they stop working anyway, so it's just a reoccurring cost. And 3, the intent was, again, kind of trying to get us in the mind of holistic wellness. And we all spend too much time in front of our computers and our cell phones. I mean, again, if you want to, you can do that. We're not saying you can't have your devices, but we're trying to just kind of promote this, you know, holistic wellness and getting away from this, you know, and looking around and communicating, socializing. So that was the 3rd and final reason. Again, the main ones were money, but it comes down to a good excuse also. Holistic wellness.
Don't tell us about the money budget thing. Just tell it it's holistic.
Holistic wellness.
Yes.
Well, but the big thing is actually probably the bigger one is just those things are constantly breaking.
Yeah.
Like if you go to any gym, 90% of them, well, that's a big number. Probably 50% of them don't work or don't work properly. Mm-hmm. And then you have a frustrated person that's trying to use it and it's not working. It's a nightmare. So everyone has their own cell phone. If you want to watch Netflix, you can do it on your phone. It saves a lot of headache. So that's the honest, actual reason more than anything. So now we're entering the locker rooms. So the locker rooms can be accessed obviously from here or from the pool area. And we're going to walk all the way through the entire thing. And we'll pop out. I'll kind of explain it. We'll pop out in the healing weights part.
Go ahead.
So obviously men's and women's locker room. So the whole center is co-ed other than this. The design is basically kind of like an L, kind of like so, okay? So you'll kind of see how we're going through the ladies now. The men's is the same. It's just kind of flip-flopped, okay? So the design is actually exactly the same. This could be a little bench area. You can sit here, change, put your gym clothes on, whatever you do. These here are family changing rooms, or family like locker rooms, I guess you'd call it, or Student Life is referred to them as gender-neutral bathrooms. So that's what these places are. If you want privacy to change, we have those 2. This is just a janitor's closet for custodial. So this is actually like the actual shower part. This will be the women's. That will be the men's. The men's you come out over there. Women's you'll come out here. So this is all going to be the same walkway space. And this is the walkway to the pool into the healing oasis, okay? But I'll step in so you guys can see what a shower will look like. Watch your step because the drains are sticking up. Don't trip on them. So this is the actual locker room, like the female locker room. No, it's just kind of the hallway area. So then again, anyone can access the family rooms, etc. But this is the actual women's locker room. So here you're going to have lockers. These will be day use only. You can't rent them. You can't keep your stuff in here for weeks. This will all be lockers, okay? These here, let me remember, these are just private changing areas. So if you get out of the shower or whatever and you don't want to change here in the open, you can just step in here. They will have doors. You can quick change your clothes if you want the privacy. Over here is going to be like countertops. You can actually see some of them right there. You can kind of get an idea of what all this is going to look like. Countertop area, bathrooms, etc. It's your typical typical locker room. The one nice thing is the men's does not have this. The women's will have hair dryers built in to the areas, so you can get ready for class, work, whatever you want to do, fully here without having to go home or leave with wet hair or whatever. The men vouch to not have hair dryers. We asked, they said they didn't want them. I don't care, I don't grab my hair. So, but pretty self-explanatory as far as this goes. The showers are individual; it's not community. They are segmented with curtains, so you have privacy for shower, men and women's. So the only thing that's different about the men's is we don't have hair dryers. Everything else is exactly the same. Okay. Good? Good? Make sense? Awesome.
They can come in here and use it, right? They'll have to carry their own.
Alright, so now you guys are entering the healing oasis. So this is the spot most people are the most excited about. Right over here behind you guys, this is where the steam, eucalyptus or whatever the essential salt breathing is good for respiratory, that's going to be part of the whole system as well.
What did you say this was?
That's going to be like the steam
The sauna
bath,
or-
so the wet sauna,
Yeah,
steam
steam
bath,
bath.
whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So that will be there. And the thing that I like to, it's hard to envision a lot of this, but it's not your typical plastic floor. It's like personally designed, like tile. Like it's going to be beautiful. Like I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but I know we spent a lot of money and time to make this not just like a jock's locker room that everything's like white, like porcelain or anything weird. Like it's going to be very beautiful when it's actually done. So that's always just my thing to throw. Because people, you tell them it's like you've seen a dirty old sauna steam bath, like it's kind of weird and gross. This isn't going to be like that. Like it's going to have like little LED lights in the ceiling, and it's going to be pretty cool. So that's going to be there. Over here is going to be our dry sauna. So this is where we'll have like the steam. It'll just be a hot, dry sauna. To the next left of it, it's just going to be like a utility closet where we can have like the machines that operate it and stuff. So right here in the glass-in area, you can see there's a lot of light there. This is going to be our sun room, or our UV room. We're just going to basically have lounge chairs. People can sit there. We're going to have infrared lighting as well, because infrared, I guess it's really good for your skin, and it's just good for, again, holistic wellness. I don't know really what good it does, but I'm told it's really good. But we're going to have like some infrared lighting things there. We'll have like a little lounge area. You can sit there and get vitamin D, get some UV. It's just kind of like a sun basking area, okay? Here is our whirlpool. This will have integrated like whirlpool jet, waterfall features. Again, very like soothing and calm, and it's going to be pretty cool, I think. This is co-ed. Swimsuits are required. We've had to argue with some of our European gentlemen that Speedos are not allowed, so y'all will be good to go. But yeah, any questions about this space? One thing that I should clarify. So This is the main hallway from the locker room also to the pool. And we will be having kids' functions and things like that. So they designed this that kind of here, the wall to wall, from top to bottom, is going to be glass. So this will be separated from the actual hallway. So kids and stuff there. Oh, and it's smoked glass. It's like not tinted, but like you know what I'm saying. That looks like kind of fuzzy. Yeah, it's going to be that glass. So it'll be like privacy glass. So you can still see like the reflection of people are doing things they're not supposed to be doing in here. But it's not like kids can sit there and make faces as you're trying to relax in the whirlpool either. Okay, so again, very well thought out as far as the design and the use of all the spaces and how it relates to our overall vision. So, make sense? Good?
So is this side for members only, or this is open also?
So everything that you're in is for members only. So you have to have a membership.
The
to
lobby
access.
is the only thing you can access. Yeah.
The lobby is the only thing, the lobby, the wellness cafe, which is part of the lobby, and then where we're about to go, the admin part, that's out, you don't have to have a membership, you need to talk to management or anything. But yes, all the space that we've gone upstairs, downstairs, and here, the pool, you have to have a membership in order to access any of those spaces.
Capacity people wise as a member to in this area.
Yes,
Not
that
just
was
for
the
everybody.
3,400.
So
For
so
the
that's not
capacity.
including the court.
That's not including the lobby. That's only for, based on, again, the machines and the square footage of where members would be.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's our membership capacity. That's not building capacity.
Oh, I see.
I don't
That's what
know,
was
I don't
thinking,
care
so-
about building capacity. That as long as campus safety's happy, I'm more worried about member capacity.
Yeah,
Our
membership
membership capacity
capacity.
without the pool is 3,400. With pool, it's probably even more, like closer to 36, 37.
Oh.
Because again, they do that based on how many people can be in the pool, doing a program, and that just comes down to, well, it depends on the program. You know, if you're doing lap swim, you can only do 6 people in there.
Yeah.
If you're doing a kids program, you could have 50 kids in there. Just depends on what you're doing. So that's what we actually left that out from the membership capacity, because it's hard to actually pinpoint your capacity for the pool because it depends on the program. So that's why we just did those spaces where about 3,400 is what we.
That is a lot of people.
Yeah, so we're gonna walk in here now. Everyone's good with this? Yes. All right. So why we want to step their stuff here. So we're gonna go in, this is like the administrator. So you guys just work, right now we're in the admin area, you guys just walked through the dry office. That's the dry office, this is the wet. The difference being the wet office has a door that accesses the pool instantly. So this is where our lifeguards will have like a little workstation. Basically, if you have a swimsuit, you can be in there. If you don't have a swimsuit, Jesse, who's our director of aquatics, you guys know Jesse Larson? Now Larson, it was Wilson. That will be her office. That's the dry office. So again, no swim attires in there. There doesn't have instant access to the pool, but that will be her office in that area. So that's the differentiation between dry and wet office. This is the director of wellness's office, currently Dominique. This is the manager's office, myself, currently myself. This is my office. Then this will be my assistant's office, which is Elise Dameron. She's currently the manager of the Lamson Health Club. She's transitioning over here, I think it's August 1, and she will be my assistant. And then this office behind you, this is an office that we set aside for public health, nutrition, and wellness. This is a space they can do with it what they want. It's their office space. If they want to designate one person to be here full time, they can. They just want to have it a come and go office. Totally up to them to use it, but because they will be working out of here a lot because we have 2 classrooms, which I'll show you, we wanted them to have a space that they can have an office or whatever they need to do and meet with students or even just keep some of their things here. So that's their office space. And then we'll have like a standing table here where some of my student workers or our student workers will have places where they can work, a little lounge area here. Again, we have an interior design team that's designed all this, so it won't look like this come September, I promise. So, I think that's, I guess I didn't really talk about the pool. I should just quickly just tell you what the pool is like. We can't really see it too much right now because we can't go in there. It's the same length as our current pool, but we've added a lane. So now it has 6 lanes, and the new pool also has an entry and exit point that our old pool does not have. Meaning, on the left side here, you actually go in down steps. There's like an area that's, well, it's about this size, so the width of Dominique's office to about where I'm at, so it's a pretty good size where people can get in and then enter a swim lane and start swimming instead of just jumping in the pool and now you got to start, doing your laps. So it's good for a few reasons. One, good for classes and programming. 2, it's also good just you're not jumping in on people as they're trying to swim. So lots of good things.
What's the depth of the pool?
Maximum depth is 12 feet. It will have a small diving board in there. It's a pretty sturdy drop too. I think it's like 3 to 4, then drops right into like the 12. So it's pretty drastic.
Will they have swimming classes?
Yes, there's a full pool programming, more like twice as much as what we're currently doing, and we already do quite a bit. So we'll have a lot of group swim classes, learn to swim for kids. We'll even have like group fitness classes part of your membership if you want to do some pool things. So we're still developing a lot of that, but that will definitely be a huge part of it.
Is your daughter's office being designed into here somewhere?
I'm not gonna have time for my daughter. She's too much work right now. One other really cool thing about this pool is this will be a saltwater pool or a saline pool. It's the only saltwater pool within like 250 miles of this area radius. So that's really good, and that's good for a lot of reasons. Obviously, like with your skin, we do have to have a minimum amount of chlorine in this pool, just based on U.S. laws. There has to be like a fraction of chlorine. It's just their policy, but most of it will be a saltwater pool, and that'll be the same filter, same everything as what the spa, the whirlpool is also on. So that will also be saltwater. So that's really nice. I don't know anything about pools.
It's It's really good for
it's
detox.
Cleaner, it's better on like it was more to install, so the operation of that part was more expensive. But like the long-term use is cheaper, I've been told. Obviously you don't have as many chemicals, so like your monthly expense as far as chemicals is cheaper. And again, it just overall like body health, it's better for your skin, and you're not in all the chemicals. That's basically what I know about it. So, and it's more buoyant, so it's easier for people to like lap swim. So, that's what I got. Good? Are we all good in here? Everyone's good? All right, cool. So now this is just more like admin office space. I'm just going to kind of shout them out. You can look. There's nothing really fancy. That's just, I got to watch out for your doors.
Coffee.
This here is emergency exit only.
Coffee or copy?
Storage, utility, water stuff, everything like that. Right here is our conference room. Okay. Sure, I don't trip and I'm walking backwards. Janitor custodial closet here on your right. This is our IT closet. And now we'll stop and I'll explain the other ones because they're more cool than just boring utility closet and stuff. So behind you, that bigger office, that's going to be like our health nutrition lab. So again, that's where we have the health nutrition department have an office. So they'll be able to do like body testing, BMI testing, underwater testing, like basically anything that you want to know about your body and how it functions, performs, anything as far as that, the sciencey stuff of it. They'll be able to do that with all the proper equipment out of that space. Okay. These 2 rooms here are going to be our massage therapy rooms. We'll have, for sure, when we start, we'll have 1 massage therapist on staff. We're trying to find a second. It comes down to competition and how they work together, But we do have these 2 rooms designated for massage therapy. That is a fee-based service that will not be included as part of your membership. The same goes for any like lab or body testing. You will get a free consultation when you register as a member, but anything in addition to that, you'll have to pay. That'll also be part of the fee-based. But you will get the first initial consultation for free as a member. And then this will be obviously fee-based as well. So this room here, this is our coordination with counseling and testing center. This is going to be our relaxation room. Have any of you guys used our massage chair over at University Wellness yet? No, it's nice. You should try it. That's going to be here, but this is basically going to be, again, it's our coordination with counseling and testing and relaxation. So they'll be able to have counseling sessions in here. We'll have the chair in here. They're designing this as far as what they want, as far as what's good for emotional therapies and things like that. What's very nice, the senior class of this year donated their class gift to helping develop this room. So we're very grateful because that's helping put like some sound system in here, a big flat screen TV, because I guess there's a lot of visual things when you're talking about therapies and stuff. So again, I'm not too sure what they're going to put in here because I'm letting them kind of do what they want, but that was very generous of the senior class to give a pretty good chunk of money in order to help develop that. This here is our staff kitchen. We will have approximately 30 to 40 student workers that work for us, obviously not all at the same time, but we are open 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. until 2 hours before sunset on Friday, and then 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sundays. So depending on the time of year, it's about 96 hours per week. So obviously that's a lot of man hours that we need to have people staffed here. So we have a rather large kitchen for our students to be able to bring food, make food, do whatever they can do, just take their breaks, they can do that in this space. Okay? You can watch your steps, there's equipment around here. And we're almost done, we're wrapping it up. These are our two classrooms here. This is our small classroom. That's our large classroom. The cool thing about our large classroom, that was the large one, that will have a full-size commercial kitchen in it. So we can have cooking demonstrations, and it's also outfitted with like all the technology to be able to like live stream like from up ahead, you know, like if you watch like cooking shows and stuff. So it's going to be very cool. And again, that's a big thing for like the nutrition department to be able to put on their cooking demonstrations and things like that. And also gives the opportunity again for community outreach and teaching about, you know, our beliefs for, you know, healthy eating and healthy lifestyles. And it gives us that part of it besides just the workout health part or fitness part. There's a lot of stuff in here, and they have blowtorches, so we're not going to go in there. But you can also see there's doors, and how they're developing that, it will be enclosed, but that will actually be a back patio. Again, with the idea that, let's say they're doing a cooking demonstration, they make food, it's a beautiful day, they want to go sit out on the patio and eat that food. There will be an enclosed patio just outside those doors. They can prop the doors open, go eat, and kind of hang out. And again, it's kind of like an event type space as well. So pretty cool. And then this is just a small classroom, nothing really fancy. It'll be designed as an active learning station for standing desks, bright colors. Obviously you have the windows so you get natural light. So it'll be still like a nice place to have a classroom. Good. And right here, sorry, I'll let you. This is kind of like going to be a second lobby area. We'll have seating and things like that if you're waiting for class, if you're waiting for a massage, if you're waiting for the relaxation room. So this will all be developed for just, again, a second continuation of the lobby for seating, standing, workstations.
So when you come in, you know, to sign up for membership, where do you usually sign up? Here?
No, well, I'll show you where that's at. So we'll go back to the lobby and we'll conclude. But yeah, so again, all the admin stuff is here. So if you need to talk to a manager about your account or anything like that, you would probably be directed. But for the most part, everything would be able to be done at the front desk. I'll show you. We will have a separate wing. So our students will have different like tiers of student workers. We'll have student workers that are just in charge of like the classrooms. We'll have student workers that are in charge of the downstairs functional fitness. Upstairs, we'll have a rec center, which will be student life, student workers. And then we'll also have a custodial crew, and they'll have their own set of student workers. Yeah. So, and that's also, I know we have 2 full-time custodial workers that will be part of doing custodial. I'm not sure yet on how many student workers they will be hiring. It's kind of up to them to see how many people. Yeah, because they have a budget set for how many hours they can use, and that's kind of up to them if they want to have, you know, I don't know what the hours are off the top of my head, but let's say it's 50. If they want 10 workers doing 5 hours, or if they want 5 workers doing 10, you know, and that's not the accurate number. I don't actually know what it is off the top of my head. That's kind of up to them. You know, if they have student schedules that are wide open, they can get away with having 2 or 3, less training, give them more hours if they want. So it's up to them to figure out. So right where those 2, not this first pipe, but the other 2 that are coming up out of the ground, that's where the desk lobby area will be. So that's where you will go. So the only entrance, we came in that far door, that will not be there. The only way to access this building will be this door or that door over there into the lobby. Okay? So everybody, even if you're going to the gymnasium, you have to come through this part. The only way, I mean, obviously we have emergency exits, but this is the only way to access it. So you would come in the lobby, this will be the main area. You go there, you can sign up for a membership right there. We're developing an app specific for the Wellness Club that you can go right on the app. It's a free download. You can select the membership you want. You can pay through the app. You can book personal training. You can book massage therapy. You can do anything and everything you want just via the app. In fact, 95% of everything will be paperless in here. Obviously, we have to accommodate some of our senior citizens who don't have smartphones or anything like that. But for the most part, everything will be done on tablets, cell phones, without paper. So you'll be able to do that there, but they may refer you down here if you're a special circumstance that needs printed paper or whatever. So the final thing here, you'll see what this big thing is. So I lied to you earlier. I said there's going to be no screens. This is the only screen that will be in the entire center besides computer screen. But this is going to be our giant video wall. So this is where we can promote anything that's going on. We can talk about promos, sales, special group classes. And this was designed to be this big in here because where the entry or the drop-off and loading zone will be, you can actually see this through the window. So it's a good way, again, to maybe entice people to see it from outside. So again, that was very intuitively designed. So, and this is going to be really cool. It's actually like 6 screens, like pieced together, like seamlessly. Like you can't even tell that it's 6 screens. It's incredible. Grand Valley State has one. We went there and looked at it. It's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically it. And hopefully you guys don't look at this and go, I mean, this is pretty cool, but when this is actually done and like all the finishing touches around this place, it's going to be sweet. Like the covering here isn't just like drywall. It's actually like maple wood, like planks. It looks crazy. I saw a design of it, but it's like super like modern-y, cool, like futuristic kind of looking. Once it's all done, like this is pretty amazing, but it's just like when they put the finishing touches on, it's going to look pretty cool. So that's basically the center. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah, so those will be closing to community members. So it's kind of basically the way I'm explaining it, it's kind of like a hotel. If you're staying there, you'll still have access to those gyms. So Meyer Hall, if you're a member or if you're staying in the dorm, you will still have access to Meyer Hall. Why you would want to go there when this is here, I worked out of Meyer for years and it's a dump, but if people want to, they can. They are reducing the hours and such as far as, its accessibility, but those will still be open. And I know one thing that we did just discuss with Student Life is, and I didn't realize this, but like some of our Muslim students, like they can't work out with men. Some of the females can't work out with men. So we are accommodating some of those special needs to allow them to continue to work out at Lamson Hall. So then, they're considered part of campus and not having to put themselves in, a situation they're not comfortable with. So there will be some special circumstances where those will be open, but for the most part, if you're a community or faculty staff, those will not be open to everybody.
And how's the progress of the?
It's mostly on schedule. The pool set us back a little bit. They didn't know when they filed for the permits that saltwater took an extra permit, so that set the pool back a little bit, but they were able to make up some other time. We still aren't promoting an exact date, but it will be in September. So it won't be right at the beginning of the school year. They're looking at doing an alumni weekend as kind of like their grand opening, but that's not confirmed yet. Again, a lot still will depend on how construction goes, but it will for sure be in September. We don't really have any doubts that it will be later than that. So it's just kind of depending on if it'll be early September or if they just hold off and do it. Because the big thing is even once they're finished here and we get keys, we still have to get all the equipment in here. We have to train all of our student workers. All of our student workers have to be CPR certified. So there's a lot of training and things that we have to do even once they hand us a key that we still have to have done before we can say, let's open for business. So that's kind of where, we may have the keys when school starts, but we might need 2-3 weeks just to get everything set to open operationally. So that's where we're still trying to figure out the exact date.
If the dorm students want to use this gym, they need to pay the.
No. So memberships for students, if you're taking more than 5 credits, 5 or more credits, it is free. It is free. You get a free membership to this facility if you're taking 5 or more credits because it's included in your fee-based structure that any student pays if you're taking more than 5 credits. So.
Also undergraduate students.
Undergrad, graduate, PhD is if you're taking 5 or more, you have to automatically pay the whatever the Andrews fee structure is, and this membership is included in that fee. So you will get it for free. You pay nothing out of pocket. Now, if you're taking less than 5 credits, so like some of you MBA students might be taking only 3 credits, you still get a membership, and it's highly discounted from what it typically is. I think it's only like $25 a month. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's around that $25. So still very inexpensive compared to even like Anytime Fitness is $35, $40 a month. So you're still getting everything that the center offers for like $25-ish if you're under 5 credits.
What about academic students?
Well, so that gets tricky as far as their age. So if they're 14 years or younger, they cannot use anything other than the pool. That's just a national thing where students under that age or kids under that age really shouldn't be working out because their bodies haven't developed enough. I don't necessarily 100% agree with that, but that's just kind of the national average. So that's what we're sticking with too. If they are 14 to 16, they're allowed in here with a membership. It's an add-on membership. It's $10 per month for an add-on kid. It's only $10 a month. But they have to be here with a parent between the ages of 14 and 16. Over 16 years old, they can be in here as an add-on, also at that $10, but they don't have to be here with a parent. So the different tiers depending on the age of the student. But yeah, so they would only be $10 to add on a kid. So again, very inexpensive. And you can add on a 5-year-old just for the pool, and that's only $10 for pool access. So again, they can't use this part, but the kids can still use the pool. And as long as Jesse's developing a thing for like they have to pass a certain swim test, but like they don't even have, a parent doesn't even have to be in there if they can reach a certain level of the swim class. Obviously, we'll have lifeguards 20 or as long as we're open, but if they can get a certain level, the parent doesn't even have to be in there while their kids are swimming.
What was the standard fee?
It depends. Depends on what it is. A community person who has no affiliation with Andrews University is $50 a month, and that's for the primary member, and that's access to everything. Yep, 50. That's for a community person that has no affiliation with Andrews, is not law enforcement, is not over 65, because we have different tiers depending on some other things. You get discounts, but your typical Joe Schmo that works at Honor Credit Union that's 40 years old, he's going to be paying $50 a month for himself, and then an add-on for him is 20 for like a spouse, and then a kid is 10 in addition to that. That'll give him access to anything other than the rec center, but anything in this building.
Would you be able to get the fee structure, a copy of the fee structure as
Most
their...
of it is already on the website.
It's on the website?
The only thing that currently is not on the website, because we're finalizing it on, let's say Tuesday, on Thursday, we're finalizing it is the community, which I just gave you is $50 and 25 and 10, and also the senior citizen, we're still finalizing that.
What about
As far as
alumni?
alumni will be, that's a good point. I think that's on there though, isn't it? Go double check. If not, shoot me an email or remind me and I can get you what alumni is.
Okay.
I know it is also discounted. I think off the top of my head it's $40 a month for an alumni, but I believe it's on the web. If not, let me know.
Do you have family discount?
Family is just the add-on. We don't have like a set rate. So the YMC, what they will do is they will put, I think it's like $95 family. So if you have 1 kid, 10 kids, it's $95. So for some, we have a few families that were kind of upset because we don't have that family because they have like 5 kids. Okay, but if you only have 1 kid or 2 kids, it's actually cheaper for you to do your member, an add-on, and the 2 kids than the YMCA. So the only people that it really affects are the people that have we figured it out more than 4 kids. And we actually went ahead because of that and said after the 3rd child, you are free. An add-on is free. So if you have 6 kids, you're only paying for 3 of them. Obviously, you have the primary member, the spouse, 3 kids, and then if you have 3 in addition, they can come here for free. Again, because we did have a few faculty members that had 5 or 6 kids, and they were kind of upset because it was quite a bit more for them than the Y because they had so many kids. But we made an agreement that we will just stop charging add-ons after the 3rd kid. So it will still be, no matter how you play it, unless you're a community person, you don't get any of the Andrews discounts, then it will be a little bit more than the Y, but that's unfortunately what we're working with. So. Pretty good?
Too bad finishing up this summer.
The alumni
I'm missing.
That was a big conversation I had when we had our floor signing. We had quite a few seniors come by, and I just felt bad because I actually don't feel that bad. I was here as a senior, wishing we had this place, you know. So I've been there. I understand, but it is kind of stinky. You're watching it being built, and it's going to be done the year you're done. You're like, seriously, come on. So, but then that's my way of recruiting them to come do an MBA. I'm like, come do an MBA. You got an extra year. You get free access to the facility for a year.
And we're talking about a doctor or PhD in
See?
business, so
Stay around
you
for a
can
reason.
come back in a couple years when it's up and
Those
running.
undergrads are not totally out of luck. We might not. So yeah, but pretty cool facility, isn't it? It's gonna be really nice.